documentary they just put up on HBO too, the Cannibal Cop thing?
No.
Yeah, it's like a new thing they just did. I watched it last night.
What was that about?
Well, apparently, like, there was this cop in New York, and he, when his wife would, like, go to sleep and stuff, he'd go on, like, these weird, like, fetish websites and shit, and he got to talking with, like, the people on there, like, sending messages back and forth, and he was, like, saying shit, like, how he wanted to, you know, kill women and, like, throw them in ovens and eat them and all this, like, just weird shit. And, like, I guess the wife put, like, some kind of spyware thing on his computer, and it, like, logged his keystrokes and the websites he went to, so she saw, like, all this shit he was doing for, like, months.
Oh, is this the one where they found the head in a pot on the stove, like, when they raided the place?
No.
Oh, okay, I was watching something else.
No, not at all. Like, she found that shit, and, like, she confronted him with it, and then, like, went to the cops, and that was it. Like, all he did was, like, he, like, talked about the shit on there.
That's not illegal.
I don't know. Like,
well, maybe physical threat, because, like, I know
it's
we could draw up the whole schematic for a bank heist.
Yeah.
And that's not illegal. Like, we cannot get arrested for having that.
No, but if you take one overt step in the direction
right.
of that plan, then it becomes illegal. And what they considered an overt step was him doing a Google search of, like, how to make chloroform. And, like, there was, like, something else. So, like, they put this, and they like, put him in jail for, like, he was in there, like, a few months, and then, like, the appeal came through, and then he got, like, house arrest, and then he was under house arrest for, like, 6 months or something, and then, like, they put it, like, another court case through, and, like, it's still, like, ongoing. Like,
they didn't even get to eat nobody.
No. But, I mean, like, some of the things were, like, really fucking weird. Like, it wasn't just a plan. It was like, he's like, yeah, they said he was saying it was all fantasy, you know, it was just some shit he did because it was just repressed, you know, like, but, like, some of the shit was, like, the guy would ask him, like, you really want to do that? Like, is that something you really want to do? And, like, they'd make plans, and, you know, like, the guy would never, you know, meet the guy or, like, do a phone call or whatever the fuck.
There was the other guy, a cop on the other end, like,
no, it wasn't. It, like, they never even did that.
Huh.
And, like, that's, like, if they wanted an open shut case, like, that's what they should have done.
Right.
Was, like, make a fake account, meet the guy, and, like, have him say he wants to do it to the cop.
Meet me at this place, and I know this girl we can go get.
You know, because that's how, like, they got all those, like, child molester people on the, whatever that fucking show was. Catch a Predator or whatever. You know, same thing with that.
Best show ever.
And the weird thing about that show is, like, they didn't get many convictions either.
Oh, no.
Like, they showed all these people getting arrested and shit, but they only convicted, like, 3% of all the people that they caught on those shows. I don't know. But the guy was, like, I guess the defense attorney was, like, you know, making it out to be thought crime. You know, he was just thinking about it. He could have been doing anything. It's like, you don't go arrest Stephen King because he writes how to kill people in novels. You know, like, who's to say this guy wasn't, you know, writing just a weird fucking fantasy
and he did the research because he wanted to make sure he was writing an accurate tale.
So at what point does that become, you know, illegal? It was just a really fucking interesting
and really, that's all you ever have to say is, like, I'm writing a book on this, and, you know,
and, like,
I wanted to go online and see how the world is. Another
thing came up where it was like, if he had used, like, real people in the thing, and, like, the only thing, like, he never used anybody's, like, he had a whole list of, like, women that he wanted to, like, kidnap and, like, eat. And, like, one of them was this like old like a college friend or something, and like he and his wife and his like baby, like they went on this road trip, and it was like in this town where this college friend lived, so they met her for like lunch or whatever, and like they just hung out for like the afternoon and like went home. Well, like the next thing that shows up like on the log things is like him talking about how he went and met like this girl, and you know it would have been so easy or something, and just really weird like specific things. But then like he never shared any people's names. Like the guys were like asking for their, like he had co-conspirators, like there were like 4 other people like in this thing that he was like talking with. But I don't know, man. It was a weird fucking line. It like made me question like what that fucking line is between.
Yeah, because I know even like what's his name? What the guitarist for the Who? He got arrested for going on these child porn websites. Mm-hmm. But he said that he was writing a book, you know, like an autobiography, and he was molested as a kid, so he was researching people who were into like child porn, and he got away with it. So the fact that this guy doesn't, I guess it just depends on who your prosecutor is and your jury.
Yeah, or who your lawyer is. Well, that was the thing. The jury convicted him.
Yeah, see, that's...
But what was the other sticking thing with the jury? The other thing was he used the police database to, like, look up information on one of the girls. So they convicted him on that, like, illegal use of that. But the attorney, like his defense attorney, was on there, and he was like, you know, you wouldn't. It was tantamount to like looking somebody up on like Facebook or something. Like he was just bored at work, and that's what he did because he had that person's information. He's like, yeah, it was, you know, illegal, but you know what? It wasn't like. It didn't mean anything. Right. Like it didn't have any bearing on like the rest of the case. And like I think there were like 24 counts of, or 24 conversations that they brought up in court, and they found 21 of them to be strictly fantasy and nothing more. They couldn't have been construed as anything else. But 3 were suspect. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's a really cool fucking question as to like where that fucking line is. Like,
I mean, you don't want it to like go until he does kill somebody.
Exactly. Like, what is that point? Like, how close does he have to get to?
But I think you have to try to trap him like that. Like we were saying, like, hey, meet me here. We're gonna kill this bitch.
Yeah.
Easy target. And then we'll make a buffet out of her innards or something. You know?
But it was weird shit about his wife too. It was like, he would write shit like, oh yeah, she's highly rapeable, and like, you know, I'm gonna tie her up and like, you know, whatever. It was just like weird shit.
Now,
and he's got like, I'm gonna throw her in the oven, and because I want her to suffer.
Now, does she divorce him, like, or does she like defend him?
Yeah. No, she I think she divorced him. Like, I don't think he's like had any contact with them because she's involved in it. You know, it's. And that was like, and they played like some of her phone conversations to him, and it was like, you know, I don't know which side to believe. Like, you know, you lied to me. She's like, I don't know. Are you the one that loves me, or are you the one that wants to kill me?
Yeah, put me in the oven.
Right. You know.
Oh, you really think I look delicious?
And it was shit like that. He's like, he wrote stuff like, I have this big oven, and you know, I'm gonna put her in there alive and cook her. And he's like, I in my basement, I made this whole pulley system and shit to like hang them up and drain their blood and stuff. Well, he lived in an apartment building, so
he doesn't have a basement.
There's no basement. There's like a laundry room that's a communal laundry room. That's the basement.
Yeah, so you can't get them there.
And he doesn't have like a huge oven, you know, like. that wasn't
Hansel
a
and
thing.
Gretel.
So it was, it was really fucking weird. Where that, the line between just writing weird
an
fucking
interesting
stories.
question, but
And
I couldn't have convicted him.
And that was the thing. He was like, I made a bad mistake. He's like, I let those things like out. Out in the open where they shouldn't have been. But I don't know. I mean, it's...
I'll fuck his fucking wife, though, for... 1, for snooping.
Yeah.
2, for turning him the fuck in.
Well, the reason why she was snooping is because he was like, he was like staying up and like he wasn't like sleeping in the bed anymore. So she thought that.
Yeah, okay.
She thought that he was like fucking around or that he didn't love her anymore. And those were her like Google searches where like my husband doesn't love me and shit like that. So that's what led her to put the spyware thing on there.
Still don't fucking run to the cops.
Yeah. Well, she feared for her life.
Cunt.
The things that I wanna hang her up by her feet.
Well, confront him about it. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, that's what she did. She took the kid and left, and then confronted him over the phone. And like he like lied about what he did. Like he had this whole list of things that he's like. She's like, tell me the truth. Did you ever involve me or the baby in any of this? And he's like, no. But he had a fucking email that had like, her first name and like her age and like has the daughter and shit. Like it was a whole like his whole fucking list of victims or whatever was on there. It's really fucking weird. Like it's just fucked up enough.
I guess I wouldn't want my kid living with him anymore.
No, not at all. But I mean, I don't know, man. Fucking publish some stories or something to back up your shit.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You have to.
I mean, clearly you have a fucked up mind. So put it to some use. I don't know. Yeah, it's really weird, and like that's what he's branded now. He's the Cannibal Cop.
That's a cool name.
But he never fucking ate anybody. He never like did anything like that. Like it was just through his chat things. But
you talk about a guy that'll never fucking mess around on the internet again, though.
Yeah.
For anything.
That's what he's. Well, I mean, if he does, there you go.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But yeah, that's what he was saying. He's like, I have no taste to do any of that stuff anymore.
Probably lost his job, right?
Oh yeah, fucking lost his job. He was convicted.
Yeah.
Even if it's appealed, he was convicted. At the time. So yeah, everything he had is fucking gone. He was a cop, had a wife, a kid. Can we go?
Anybody? Is there a puppy dog in the street?
What is happening?
What? Is there someone driving the car? I don't see anybody.
What the fuck is going on?
It was like everybody, were they talking to each other?